Hello and welcome to the Narc Alert, the channel where we look at YouTubers and others to see if they demonstrate any traits that fall within the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder or NPD. These videos are for fun and entertainment purposes only, strictly my opinion, and remember, please don't send any snark to our possible narcs. So key points to remember: messy fun and not a diagnosis. Hello, hola, bonjour, hey y'all, my name is Merc. Welcome back to the Narc Alert, and hey, it's Friday, so welcome back to the Redundancy Report. Look who's joined us. Now, I don't think he's going to hang around much, but he's here for right now to say hi, and that counts for something. And also, yeah, straight hair, don't care, just didn't feel like doing anything today. What we are going to do today, however, is look at AMBERLYNN REIDs' vlog from yesterday that she uploaded, and I guess Thursday is the Let's Talk, where she gets to answer questions about herself, which is fun for her because she doesn't do it very often. This one is called My Whole Relationship Was a Lie, and I regret ever being in it. Oh my, how scandalous. I wonder who she's talking about. We have a pretty good clue. Anyway, Rio, shall we? Cat's got his tongue, just a little bit. You are exceptionally handsome. Do you know that? He's so handsome. Amber, let's go. Hey girl, what you got going on?
Hello. Welcome to another Let's Talk video, which I absolutely love these. I think out of my new schedule, Let's Talk is my most favorite that I do.
Of course it is.
And then Weekly Vlog is my second favorite. Not me playing.
Because those two are not about entertaining us. They're all about her. She gets to bathe in the scent of AMBERLYNN Reid for 30 whole minutes.
Choosy right now. But anyways, let's literally get right into it.
Choosy.
First things first is sweet and sour. So that means I'm using a random comment generator.
I can't tell you how much it annoys me, and it's really nitpicky, I know, but I love it when people go, oh, they're so nitpicky when they're talking about reaction channels, and you go, yeah, it's kind of our job description. It's what we do is we pick at nits. I hate the way she labels this. Like, really, it's all just a 30-minute video of you asking questions about you to you and answering them. And they're all called different names. And it drives me crazy. Like, she thinks she's doing something. Amber, it's just...
Reader for last week's episode, and I'm just gonna choose some random comments. Let's get into it. Cat Scratch said, who the F is responsible for teaching Pookie the word ad nauseum? I just want to talk. I've known that word for literally ever.
Okay, she just did this in her live stream. Somebody in her live stream asked her about the word ad nauseum, and she went on like this forever. She explained it to us. She amber-splained the meaning of the word. So, yeah, I'm really glad you're giving those paid members the original unique content that they're spending $10 a month for, Amber.
I just get in habits of saying the same words over and over. It's like an earworm. I don't know. It's really annoying. I get it. It even annoys me. Amber Marie 8169 said, that shirt is repulsive on you, by the way.
Girl.
Dress your size and age, dude. First of all, I think I looked super cute. I love the outfit. Love the shirt.
I don't know what outfit she's talking about because they're all bad for me. I don't know which one is any worse than any other, but Amber, your taste is terrible. And I know you're sharply limited by your size, but really, do yourself a favor and just buy, like, solid pieces in solid colors. You know, like, buy some good tights, buy some good t-shirts, a couple of good long sleeve shirts, a couple of good sweaters. Like, instead of buying $2,000 worth of shit every month, spend all that money on 2 or 3 quality pieces that are going to fit you exceptionally well, and they're made for you, more or less. You know, like, it's just going to be better. These skimpy lace things she's trying to wear, it's just not working. It's
I love the way it looks on me, and that is literally all that matters. Even Twinkie agrees.
She's right.
Liliana 7797 said, that second voice message sounds suspiciously like Alexis, LMAO. Nope, wasn't Alexis. And I've also heard around the grapevine that I'm using AI for the voice messages. Literally no. I have received hundreds of voice messages.
There is so much chatter in the community about how she's using AI for her questions. Like, she's writing her own questions and then she's going to an AI generator and reading them. And I'm like, oh my God, do you really think that this lazy barge of a human being is really going to put that much effort into anything? She gets questions. Like, let's face it, she does have some supporters. There are people out there that support her. I know we don't like to acknowledge it, but it's actually true. I believe the questions are coming from actual dumbass AMBERLYNN Reid babies. I really don't think she's really. I mean, I think she's clever enough. Like, boring ass Lex put a video up yesterday, and one of the things she's talking about is, oh, AMBERLYNN is so much smarter than you guys give her credit for. No, she's conniving. She's conniving and manipulative. Not smart. And I don't think, and she's also lazy, so I don't think she's spending any effort in going to an AI generator to get them to write her questions. She's got babies.
On Instagram. I don't need AI, honey. And I also don't need Alexis. Super Musical Passion 1 said, the thing about hobbies is that most people who have a ton of them have phases where they aren't interested in any of them. Literally me. That is exactly how I am. Like, I will be obsessed with a hobby, spend so much money on it, fixated on it. That's all I want to do. It's all I think about. And then one day I wake up and I don't touch it again for like a year. Juju Jupiter said, your sentence.
Whoop-de-doo. Who cares, Amber? We all do that sort of thing. I do that with food. I'll eat the same thing obsessively for like 3 weeks and then I don't touch it for 6 months. It's a human. We all do it, Amber.
Is poorly constructed. You don't have to tell me twice. I write better than I speak out loud, and I think it's because of nervousness. Addie QK.
That is, Amber, you are not nervous speaking on the camera. Just stop with that. That's one thing you aren't, is shy in front of the camera. I know a lot of people hate public speaking. It's not you. I'm sure of it. I mean, public speaking, maybe she's alone in her living room. It's not the same thing. Okay. But point being, you don't mind talking on a camera. It's got nothing to do with you being shy. You just, you're poorly educated, and as much as you like to tell everybody, you read like voraciously. Look it up. It's a big word, Amber. I don't think you do, because if you did, your grammar and your English would be far superior to what it is now, right?
7114 said, K Lady's son is taking me out. It's Kayla Dyson. Genuinely, when I was filming the video, I didn't pick up on it. When I went back and edited, I was like, girl, that says Kayla Dyson. Like, what are you doing? But I just kept it in because it was kind of funny. But yeah, anyways.
Oh, I made a mistake. It's so cute. Did you see? Oh my God. Did you see I made a mistake? It's so cute. Oh. Narcissists always think their own mistakes are adorable.
Now let's move on to Sippin' Community.
I hate those names.
I post a community tab every single Monday for you guys to leave questions, concerns, whatever it may be, and I'm gonna go there and answer those. Erica is not your ex. Her wife has every reason to be upset with you.
Oh, here we go.
Pull your head out of your shelf. First of all, no. Erica is my ex. We spoke for almost a year, and I was under the impression that every single thing that she told me was the truth. What she told me is that she was in a marriage that was only for financial reasons and that they were technically single. And that lie.
Right there is where you should have stopped it all, Amber. Right there. I know you like to use this as a way to justify your being involved with a married woman, but this does not justify your behavior. Do you know how many men have used those kind of lines on women over the years since the fucking dawn of time? Oh, I'm married, but she doesn't understand me. It's just a dead marriage. You are a fucking moron, man. I don't care what the person describes their marriage as to you. They're married. You step the fuck off, okay? Yes, they have more of a commitment to their partner. You don't. So in those kind of relationships, I always blame the adulterer. The person who has the commitment has a greater onus of blame in those relationships. But the person involved with somebody who's married and knows they're married, you're no better. I don't know why you think this makes you a better person, Amber. She was married, but it was a dead marriage. I have heard that from so many fucking women over the years. No, but I really love him, and he doesn't even love her. It's a dead marriage. They don't even sleep together anymore. Oh, yeah, of course he's going to tell you that. In this case, she's going to tell you that.
Is just in the middle of a spider web of lies that Erica told me.
Which is why, as soon as you found out the woman was married, you should have fucking walked away. You are a cheating, nasty, cheating, amoral human being. Sorry, not sorry.
Under the impression that I was in a long distance relationship with someone who was actually
with a married woman. You were in a long distance relationship with a married woman. You keep forgetting to add that in.
loyal and faithful to me. But it turns
a married woman who was unfaithful to you with her fucking wife. What the hell is wrong with you? She wasn't unfaithful to you. She was unfaithful to her wife with you. You're the other woman. You don't get that? God, you are really dumb.
out that not only were they lying to me, but Erica and her wife originally messaged me to be trolls. It was in a deceiving way. When Erica's wife finally said,
Erica and her wife are lunatics. Lunatics. So trying to take the high road with these people is like saying you're better than a slug. And you're not that much better because you're really just sliming along the same road with these losers. You know, Amber, you lay down with dogs, you get fleas.
I don't want you talking to her anymore. Erica still kept talking to me. Not only did she keep talking to me, but she fell in love with me.
And you knew she was married. You knew she was married. You knew she was married.
Created a future with me, and
from day dot, you knew she was married. This isn't like you fell in love, things got hot and heavy. You found out 6 months down the line, oh my God, they've been lying to me, and quite frankly, at that point, you should have turfed them anyway. You are fucking twisted with this situation. I'm telling you, you have no morals, Amber.
Became partners. It was a relationship based off of mental intimacy and sexual intimacy that we shared in a long distance way. So I'm saying text messages, videos, photos, phone calls, video calls. So
with a married woman, with a married woman, with a married woman, with a married woman. Go on.
Since I have filmed this video, I have seen that a video that I sent Erica, a sexual and explicit video that only she has ever seen, is now being floated around the internet. That is revenge corn. It makes me realize that the cookie crumble cookie situation was also them. They are the ones who leaked it. Probably. And they gaslit me into believing it wasn't true. So yeah, this current revenge corn happened because I called Brittany out because...
It's not corn, Amber. You can say the word porn. You can say pornography. I am so sick of these fucking words that people use. I'm going to tell you right here and now. There is no term of service of YouTube that says we have to say grape instead of rape. And I'm sorry, that is a real crime and it's serious. And if anybody's been a victim of that crime, to tell them that it was grape is the most demeaning fucking thing. Words have power. And when we say PDF file, you're allowed to say pedophile. You're allowed to say these words. This is self-censorship, by the way. It's not YouTube. This is your content creators choosing to diminish the importance of these crimes into cute little words. It's not YouTube. It's this thing this fucking community has started doing. I just hate it. You know, yes, if you swear too much, if you use things excessively, you will get in trouble. But you guys, you've heard me use the word cunt, and I don't get demonetized. So I'm telling you, these people with their self-censorship has gone over the top, and I really think it diminishes real victims of those crimes. If I was a victim of one of those crimes, it would make me sick to hear people use these cutesy terms to describe them. It's not corn, it's porn. You can say grow up, say porn.
Because she always posts...
This, when you're making it and distributing it, you should be able to say it out loud, Amber.
On her Instagram, and I do not understand why. I get it, you're hurt. Move on from me. Stop watching my content and stop watching content about me because it's giving obsessed. But honestly, I want anyone listening to this, do not break the law just to get back at someone, because I'm telling you,
How about anybody who's listening to this? Do not get involved with married people. Maybe let's just start there with the assessing of blame in this situation. There's plenty of it to go around for every player, but let's start with the genesis of it all. Don't get involved with married people, and then don't send. Oh God, do we have to really say it's 2025? Do we really have to tell people not to send photos and videos to people online? Good Lord.
Karma will find you, and the law will find you as well. Because
the only point I'll give her, the only thing I'm going to concede on this is that is revenge porn. And certainly if that video is around, we do not want to see it in our Discord, and we've made that very clear. We're not going to distribute that anywhere. I have no interest in seeing it. And it is illegal. So don't be flashing that video around if you find it. Also, who really wants to see that? I think I saw a screenshot of her with, an appliance, let's call it an appliance, in her mouth. And I believe that was from the video, but I haven't seen the video. I don't want to. Why would you want to?
Doing it the first time with Cookie Crumble, I was like, you know what, fuck it.
That was bad enough.
But doing it again, you're now inciting fear, inciting harassment, and you are doing this out of malice. Be careful. I feel used. I feel lied to. I feel deceived. I feel betrayed.
You got involved with a married woman. Go on.
Erica's wife has every reason to be upset with Erica for what
and you, because you got involved with her wife.
Erica did after the trolling stopped, which was falling in love with AMBERLYNN Reid and creating a relationship with her. I also have every reason to be pissed off that someone who was my long distance girlfriend lied to me, cheated on me.
No. You knew from the fucking get-go she was married. You knew from the get-go she was married. So you fucking brain-dead tree stump. The first thing this should tell you is that she's a liar and a cheat. Because she's got a wife. And Amber, if you're 35 years old and you haven't heard the expression, if they do it with you, they will do it to you, then you're an idiot. Stay away from married fucking people, no matter what they say. Even if they come crawling to you with tears. Oh my God, they're so horrible to me. Of course they are. They're trying to get laid, Amber.
On me, betrayed me,
no,
gave me false hope, gave me a whole...
No, you put yourself in that position for all of that because you got involved with a married woman. You amoral scum. Sorry.
False narrative.
Not sorry.
For almost a year. Why are you calling Erica your ex when y'all never even met in person? And she and her wife admitted that the whole reason Erica talked to you was to troll you.
These kind of questions are stupid. This is just arguing semantics. If she wants to call her ex, if she wants to call her flower, I don't care what she calls her. It's irrelevant.
So first of all, the reason why I call Erica my ex-girlfriend, because we were in a relationship.
Let's speed this woman up a little bit because I'm going to lose my mind. Off you go, a little faster.
Long distance
Amber.
or not, they both count. It's 2025. A lot of people have long distance relationships. And yes, Erica and her wife admitted that they originally messaged me as a troll. It was 1 full month of Erica trolling me. Brittany finally said, stop talking to her. Erica kept talking to me for another 10 months without her wife.
And you knew she was married. Go on.
Knowledge. I had no idea of any of this. Imagine being in a long distance relationship and later finding out that everything was not only started on a foundation of a lie, but then it continued to be a lie.
You're really God. You know, I use that expression, if her IQ was 2 points higher, she'd be a tree. At this point, I feel like that's a little insulting to the tree because you're really stupid.
Not only to me, but to Erica's wife. Why did
There's no moral high ground here, Amber. You were involved with a married woman. The whole relationship was based on a goddamn lie. What did you expect? What did you expect? You know what she expected? She thinks she's so fucking special. Like, she just talked about herself in the third person. You know, I can't help it if you fell in love with AMBERLYNN Reid, and AMBERLYNN Reid is so blah, blah, blah. You're an idiot.
Beck cleaned the cloths and not you. Beck didn't clean any cloths, I could tell you that. Why is there a toilet brush in your shower? There isn't. Can you talk about the recent pic circulating of you sitting on 2 chairs at bingo? That's obviously not real because that's not true. I use 1 chair and 1 chair only. Could you please clarify your relationship with Yo Mama? I've received confirmation that his wife discovered inappropriate conversations between the two of you and asked him to stop talking to you. A lot of people thumbs this up.
I received confirmation. You fucking people are insane. I've received confirmation that you were taught. You don't know who has been in Yo Mama's DMs. You just don't. Unless you're talking to Yo Mama, you haven't received any confirmation of this. This is dumb.
And it makes me very uncomfortable. Me and Yo Mama have never spoken privately, not ever. The only communications that have ever happened has been him speaking to me publicly, like through a live stream, or me mentioning him like in a YouTube video. And I'm a lesbian. He is a man. So think about that for a minute. Is it difficult?
Okay, lesbian. You just had phone sex with a man. Things are fluid, you know. That's not a go to jail card. You know, the great lesbian god of the sky isn't going to come down and destroy you because you had a sexual thought about a man. You know, it can happen. You've just proved that it did. And I'm one of the ones that championed you in saying just because she had phone sex with a man in my mind, doesn't even necessarily make her bisexual. She's a lesbian who had a slip up with a man once. That's all. In my mind. Now, I know that's going to cause all kinds of controversy in the comments, but I think these labels can be, you know, a little bit pliable. For me, they're a little pliable. Perhaps they are for Amber too. So you can't pull out the lesbian card when you've just admitted to having phone sex with a man, Amber. Do you understand how there's a bit of a disconnect there for your audience? I personally don't care what you call yourself or who you sleep with. God is just go for it and be happy and be kind and treat each other well and all that good stuff. I don't care what you want to call it. Those things are irrelevant to me. Your actions are more important than your labels, and your actions say to me that you know you're not opposed to any sexual contact with a man because you've just done that. You know.
Logging into 100 different accounts to give yourself all the positive comments. That is so embarrassing. Like, it's genuinely embarrassing that people actually think that just because I get a positive comment that it's from me. I have a lot of supporters out there. They're just very, very scared of publicly supporting me because when they do, they either get bashed or they get called, "Hi Amber, I know it's you."
Again, I've said this before. She definitely has supporters. She does have supporters. I don't know why that's so difficult for people to understand. The majority of people are not her supporters, but she does have some. She does have some. For Christ's sake, Onision had some. Even the worst people have some supporters, and she does. It's just weird the way people refuse. Like, I don't think she's taking the time to do these questions for herself right now. I think in the past she has, and I think she might even add some in, like when she's doing IG questions, she might throw in something that's a little less heinous. But I don't think she's taking the time or effort. Again, like I said in the beginning, she's lazy. The bottom line is she's very lazy, and she does have enough supporters that she doesn't need to make up everything.
Like, I have never left myself a positive comment. Did you know that lying for other people is still considered lying? Yes, and you would do it too if you were protecting the person that you love. Why don't you?
No, Amber, lying is lying. This is one of those places where there really aren't shades of gray for me. You're honest or you're not. Now, some lies are more excusable, I'll give you that. But I don't think lying to preserve the reputation of a fetishist is necessarily that moral a thing to do. I think if you're in a relationship with a partner and you've put yourself in that, you find that you're always lying to protect that partner, then maybe you should look at your partnership and not just keep excusing your dishonesty.
You show us randomly picking so we know you're not completely lying and cherry picking nice voice notes. Any voice memo that I have done and that I have heard have been nice, and it's actually genuinely surprised me, probably as much as it has surprised you guys. I don't get much hate in my DMs, but sometimes I do. So I was expecting to get a lot of like hateful voice memos because I'm giving you guys the chance to just like.
People don't want to hate her in the DMs because then nobody's going to see their funny, witty insult. You know, a lot of this community totally gets off on being the wittiest or the meanest, or, you know, I made the funniest comment, or look at this, I made the funniest fan art. Like, you know, people really get off on that. It's weird.
Tell me whatever. Tell me any concerns, ask me any questions, and it's all been genuinely really nice. So it makes me realize, like, I do have a lot of supporters, and the people who leave these comments, they're just trying to get, you know, the trendy comment.
Like, I don't think the people who really, like, you know, they're not going to take the time to leave her a hateful voicemail question because they know, first of all, she's choosing the questions. She's probably not going to choose that one. And then also, it takes them some effort to do that, too. And again, they're not getting their asses patted for how funny they are at insulting Amber. So Like, you know, those kind of haters that she's discussing, like the people who just call her rude names or call her fat or whatever, you know, like it's pretty low hanging fruit, honestly. It's not that clever.
And like, who can get the most likes? Who can say the most meanest shit? Like, I see through it all, really. How are you not more embarrassed about destroying a marriage? I feel bad about the situation because when I found out that Erica was married, which was like, I want to say 8 months into us speaking, I should.
That's a lie. You have said from the beginning, see this right here, this is a fucking lie. Look at, see, your mouth is open. That's how we can tell you're lying. You told us that from the beginning you knew that she was married, but she was in an unhappy relationship, in a dead marriage. They didn't even sleep in the same bed. You told us that you knew that from the beginning, and now you're telling us it was 8 months in. And you know what? Even if it was 8 months in, you should have fucking walked away. You should have said, you lying sack of bitch. For 8 months you've been telling me you're single and you're married. I'm the fuck out of here. That's what you should have done. But that's a lie too, because you knew from the beginning. So keep weaving your little lie here, Amber.
Should have just called it quits. I regret that wholeheartedly. I regret the whole relationship, period. But I'm not the one that broke up their marriage. It was Erica. How can you say your meal with 9 or 10 potatoes was only 450 calories? Just the potatoes alone were 1,000 or more. So the potatoes that I use actually come in like this pre-packaged thing where on the back of it is a label of how much is a serving. And since they're small potatoes, you
you ate 10 potatoes. We don't care. Let's just, I can't. I'm sorry. She's so fucking, again.
This is where on Instagram, you guys send me voice memos, and I'm so excited. This part is so fun for me because you guys get to interview me. So if you want to do that.
Oh my God, me, send me a voicemail about me, and then I get to answer it about me. Oh my God, it's so much fun for me, and me. Oh, did I tell you about me?
You can send me a voice memo on Instagram, but if you don't have that option, all you have to do is send me a microphone emoji so I can accept your message request. And I'm going to send you a little smiley face emoji back, and that means you can then send me a voice memo. Do keep in mind that no matter when you send the voice memo, you still have a chance to be chosen because I choose old ones, I choose new ones. Doesn't even matter. You always.
She chooses old ones and new ones because they're not all good. So she has to keep amassing them to make sure she gets some good ones to read.
Have a chance. Let's get into it.
Out of like all the hectic moments and situation type deals that you've been through, which situation or issue do you wish you would like handled better?
Sorry, I'm going to put titles on here because Amber doesn't know how to edit, so her audio questions are she's holding her phone way away from the mic, like you can't hear them very well. So let me put this on for you so you can read them.
Through which situation or issue do you wish you would like handled better? Because
all
a lot
of
the
them.
Times I notice that you tend to address situations really quickly, and so your emotions could be heightened.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if there's like any situation that you wish you addressed differently and giving yourself more time to really consider what you're going
all
to
of
say
them.
And think through.
I'm going to say every situation I've ever been here on YouTube because you're right. My emotions get super heightened and I react.
You know what? I was just saying to somebody, a friend yesterday, one of the smartest things I've learned, you know, being ancient, is waiting to respond. It's so powerful, and I can't tell you, even in the last 2 or 3 years, there's been times where I wanted to respond to something, not necessarily even on YouTube, but just in life, but I didn't. I took a beat, and I'd wait a day or two, and I'm telling you, you feel like you've waited long enough? Wait just a little bit longer. You'll be surprised. It can really change the outcome of things.
In a way that I normally wouldn't. I feel like even in this video, it has happened.
Hi, Amber. Here's one that isn't serious, but I just want to know, what ASMR do you watch? Like, do you have any favorite channels or like types of videos that you like? Thank you.
I do. And since we're here on my YouTube, I am going to find it for you. I'm gonna go to my liked videos here. So it's Real Person ASMR by August. I love her perfectionist.
Okay, perfectionist hair ASMR is what she's into right now, whatever the hell that means. I gotta go forward a little bit because I can't.
Body image can be such a sensitive topic for like lots of people. So how do you navigate maintaining a healthy and emotional approach while sharing your story online? Thank you so much for answering our question. Bye.
Aw, I love your guys' accents. I genuinely don't know how I do
it.
And I know that's such an annoying answer, but like so many people ask like, how do you do this? How do you have the confidence? Like, how do you handle the hate? Like, I don't know. I genuinely do not know. And I hate that that's my answer.
I hate that you think you're so resilient because you're not. You don't handle the hate well. You really don't. You respond to things, you get messy in comment sections and community tabs, you make response videos, you make TikTok, Snapchat rants. Like, you don't handle the hate well, Amber. You know how you handle the hate? By just not giving it any power and ignoring it. I've had some hateful shit happen to me in the last year or two on YouTube, and mostly I just try not to give it any power. You know, just keep things rolling along. That's not what you do. That's not what you do. You don't handle the hate at all.
Answer because I want to give something more in depth. A part of me blames it on my childhood, like, because I went through so much, so I had to be strong at such an early age. Because it's like, if I didn't
Yeah, you're so fucking strong. We know. You're the only one who's ever had anything go wrong as a child, and you're a miracle that you've survived with such tenacity and strength and grace. Carry on.
the question. So I'm not going to say what kind of relationship it is, but there is a relationship in my life that I'm currently going through where I feel like there's a lot of resentment because like I've known them for years and years and years and years and years, and I'm trying to like navigate that.
Hi, Amber. Mike
Hello?
from Washington, D.C. here. I've been a long-time viewer, going back many years, even since the Crystal era. I
Wow.
have one question. If someone were to watch your
See,
entire...
these are the voices. It's so funny because I was even looking at, I think, a thread on Reddit. I guess there's subreddit on Reddit. Sorry, Snark. Where they were literally taking some AI app, and using it to create the answer, like reading the answers, and comparing it and saying, "See, she's using AI. It's the same voice." I listened to it and I'm like, "Are you all out of your fucking minds? It's so clearly not the same voice, not the same cadence. This guy does not sound like AI to me. This sounds like a human voice to me." I've done voiceover work, and most of us have ears, and we have all listened to voices. This doesn't sound AI to me at all. This sounds like a real guy. Does he have a radio-style voice? Yes, he does. But guess what? Some people have radio-style voices. It's okay.
YouTube history in the form of a documentary, all your ups and downs and successes and failures, how do you think they'd walk away feeling about you? And do you agree with that version of yourself?
Wow. That question like gave me the goosebumps. That's a good question. I think that they would feel frustrated with me because if I'm gonna act like I'm not myself, if I look from an outsider.
I stopped too many times. In case you missed it, his question was, if people watched your entire YouTube catalog from day one to now, what do you think their overall impression of you would be? A good question.
Perspective, I would be like, girl, just get it together. Like, you have the tools, you are capable, you can do this. Why aren't you doing this? Like, let me take your shoulders and shake you. I'm so frustrated. I genuinely feel like they'll leave feeling frustrated. And do I agree with that? Absolutely, 100%.
Would you get another dog if Twinkie dies?
Oh my God, that's so sad. The answer is no. Twinkie is my heart and my soul. Without her, like, I don't even want to think about it. Like, I'm gonna be devastated, and I don't want another dog to take her spot. That's never gonna happen.
Hey, girl.
That's not what happens, Amber. It's not what happens. You know, she's saying this because she's trying to, because this demonstrates for us that she loves her dog more than anybody has ever loved. You know what? Amber loves her dog way more than you love your dog. Because if your dog passed, you might consider getting another pet in the future. But she will never. So her love is deeper. She's just a better pet lover than you are. Now, you know, that's what all this is about. First of all, I'm going to say this. When I lose a pet, yeah, it devastates me just as much as it devastates you and Amber and everybody else in the world. It's a common experience that we all share if you're a pet lover. I don't wait a long time. I really don't wait a long time to get a new pet. And it's not replacing the old pet. It's just not replacing the old pet. You know what it is? It's giving a chance to another animal. Why should you wait to do that? How about you don't make it all about you, Amber? How about you give another animal the chance to live in a beautiful home and be fed and loved properly? That's what it's about. It's not replacing your old pet. It's opening your heart to another animal who needs you. Try and look at it that way.
I just know that some of your viewers are going to be so upset at me because this is what is considered to be a boring question. And I've been so curious about it, and I've tried asking a few times. Why have you not considered reading the Harry Potter books? I know that you were late to the party and you watched the movies and you loved them, but as somebody who loves to read and as somebody myself, having read the books when I was in primary school and all the way through high school and young adulthood, the writing of the Harry Potter books are so magical. You don't have to support the author by any means. You can buy them secondhand or whatever. But I really, really think you would love them. And I don't know if you're reading right now, but please consider them to get you out of a reading slump or just to read something really, really awesome that you'd love. Please, please, please. Thank you.
So I have a few things I want to say. Don't ever think you have a boring question. Nothing is boring to me, okay? Secondly, your voice is perfect for ASMR. I'm not gonna lie, I have been feeling a little anxious this video. I did start it feeling uplifted and excited for it. But
she's doing a lot of this pose lately that just, you know, as a professional nitpicker gets on my nerves, where she does a lot of this. She starts her video like this. Hi, hello. And then she's, I don't know if this is, I'm so cute. Look at me. I have a shoulder. I don't know what that gesture is about, but it's annoying.
the topic of Erica makes me want to just ignore the world and have a really big anxiety panic attack because genuinely I regret that relationship so bad. So I have been feeling super anxious ever since that came up, but your voice immediately calmed me. You have the voice for ASMR. Just saying. But to answer your question, yes, I love the Harry Potter movies.
Amber, why don't you try listening to the Narc Alert? I hear they have a very nice voice for ASMR. Stupid Amber and ASMR. Now messed up by Mike now.
But I don't know, something about like reading that type of book just doesn't feel entertaining to me. But who knows? Maybe I'll give it a try for you.
Hi, Amber. Oh my gosh, we are so excited to send you a voice message.
Now, I haven't actually read Harry Potter, but I don't think that there's enough lesbian love scenes in it for Amber. She really likes, young adults falling in love, and I don't think there's enough of that in Harry Potter. I have not read them myself.
Momo, my mom and I watch all of your videos.
Aww.
And our question is, how do you measure success beyond the scale? Okay, love you. Bye.
Love that. Oh my God. Hello to you and your mother. So I measure success beyond the scale in so many different ways. Like, are we talking mentally, emotionally, physically? I don't even know. So we're just going to go with physically. For me, it's easy. It's the way that I walk, the speed that I walk, and the stamina and the breathing that I'm experiencing. Like, I was just talking to my mom about it when we went to the casino last. I'm like walking through this casino, like nothing's wrong. Like, I was walking quicker than usual. I was waddling less. It's because even though I had only been down like 6 pounds.
You're not waddling less because you're down 6 pounds, Amber. Get a fucking grip.
It's 6 pounds of heavy water weight that I was experiencing. And when that comes off of like my legs, especially because I have lymphedema and lipedema, like
Ocean Lynn has never gained an ounce of fat in her life, okay? Ocean Lynn only gains water weight, always gains water weight. And Ocean Lynn never complains that, God, yesterday was a tough day at the casino. I found it really hard to breathe. It was hard to walk around. She will never say that. Every time she addresses it, she talks about how fucking great she's... Oh my God, my stamina yesterday was crazy, okay? It was crazy. I was just walking everywhere.
Like, I feel so completely different. And I know, like, you can't understand that unless you experience it and have my type of body. But I'm telling you, if someone took away the scale...
She's not fat. She's full of water and the L-demas. She's got the L-demas and water. And if it wasn't for those things, my God, she'd be Barbie.
And I strictly had to just go based on the way my body feels. 1000%. It's the way that my stamina is and the way that I walk and the way that my legs feel. I hope that's what you were asking. I don't know.
Hey,
It is.
I'm sorry if my voice sounds a bit weird. I'm currently sick. Hope this baby's here okay, so you have to tricky for me. My question is, what do you think is like the biggest trigger for you to binge eat or go off track? Yeah, have a good day. Bye.
Oh, thank you. And I hope you feel better soon. And Twiggy, she said hello. Yeah, she did. So my biggest trigger for me to fall off track is 2 things. Either one, when I get in the headspace of like, I literally just don't care. That's a danger zone for real. The second thing is like emotional eating. If I'm feeling extremely depressed or lonely.
That sounds like your whole fucking day, Amber. Giving up and not caring and then being emotional about something and eating. I mean, what else do you do in your day? You just sit on the couch and have breakdowns and read shit and break down and eat something and have a breakdown and eat something. Like, what else do you do?
Or if I have a lot of anxiety that day, like that genuinely sends me down like a spiral of like, I need to like do something that makes me feel good. And eating does that for me. Eating does that for a lot of people.
Hey, AMBERLYNN. I hope you excuse my German accent, but I
I
want
love
to
it.
ask you if you ever get jealous
Race.
if you see, for example, girls
Racy J, is this you? I don't know. Sounds like Racy.
that are skinny. Do you like feel that you get jealous of them, or do you like envy them for like, let's say, fitting in the beauty
It's
standards?
very hard to hear the
like in
questions
the
here.
beauty standards when you yourself you don't. I would really appreciate for you to answer honestly. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. So it's kind of crazy. The only time I experience like true jealousy is in a relationship. I know that sounds crazy, but no, I don't get jealous of skinny people or girls that fit in the beauty standard, like you said. Like, I don't get jealous of that. I more so like get frustrated with the fact that like, why can't we all be beautiful
I was gonna
regardless
say,
of the number?
I don't think she's jealous of thin girls because her narcissism makes her think she's better than everybody else. But I think she gets frustrated because she isn't one of those thin girls. It's not quite the same.
On the scale.
I
Hi,
believe
AMBERLYNN.
this.
My name's Chris, and I'm a huge fan of yours. I really admire how you consistently stay so positive in the face of so much negativity. And truth be told, you're really cute. My question is how you
Okay, I'm just going to put this out there. Ripley, is that you? Ripley? It kind of sounds like you, Ripley. Are these the alerts sending in questions?
think your life might have been different if you'd been put up for adoption as a young
Kidding.
child instead of going into foster care and having your parents coming in and out of your life. I know you have a great relationship with your mother now, but do you think having had a family who loved you throughout all those difficult years would have given you a better life today? I'm an adoptee myself, and I'm forever grateful to my birth mother, whom I recently connected with, made the decision to put me up for adoption when she could not properly care for a baby. Is this something you ever think about? Thanks.
Thank you for the question, and I am so emotional.
It's a deep
You have to give me
question.
a second. So thank you for sharing your story. This does make me emotional because I have two brothers that were put up for adoption when they were babies. One of them did find us a few years ago, and he's been in my life ever since. And the other one I think about literally daily, and I miss him so much. I wonder how he's doing, where he's at, but it was closed adoption, so I don't even know if he knows that I exist. But what you asked me is something that, especially when I was younger, like I asked myself a lot. I asked myself, why were my brothers adopted? Why wasn't
Yeah.
I?
I can't
I would ask
imagine. You know, as you know, we have very little sympathy bones for AMBERLYNN Reid, but I can't. This is heartbreaking to me. I can't imagine being a little child and seeing your brothers getting adopted, and you're just getting shuffled from group home to group home still. I mean, lover or hater, that's fucking heartbreaking for a child. That's heartbreaking. I feel for Amber in this particular moment. I really do. Amber, I'm really sorry that you had to go through that, because no child should have to feel that. That's really sad.
Myself, not only wasn't I adopted, but my own parents don't want to get better for me. Like, it was a lot of
Sure.
me feeling like I wasn't worthy. I wasn't
Absolutely.
worthy of love. Parents.
There is no denying her childhood wrote on the parchment of who she is today. Absolutely. It doesn't excuse her behavior. You know, she's using it too much. You know, we know there's a lot of problems with it, but no child should have to. That's heartbreaking.
Without
For
a doubt,
sure.
my life would be different right now if I would have been adopted. But as much as I had those like questions of like, why am I not good enough? I am just a kid. Like, why am I not loved? Why am I not taken care of correctly, etc., etc.? Like, I'm glad that I wasn't adopted, because it's like I don't know what my life would have looked like if I was, and I feel like everything happens for a reason. I don't fully know the reason.
I don't know if you should be glad you know, this is a healthy, I'm going to say it, this is a healthy way. This is kind of the way I look at my life, you know. A lot of people always said you should walk away from that narcissistic mother you have. And a lot of people do walk away from their narcissist. In my situation, I was an only child with a single parent, and I knew if I walked away, she would die. And you know, I've said often I loved her. I didn't like her very much, and I certainly didn't want to see her die. But I also say that I'm quite happy that I grew up with that narcissistic bitch of a mother, because she made me who I am today. And I like who I am today. I think I'm all right. You know, we all have work to do always, but I'm happy with who I am, and I wouldn't be who I was without that life that I was given. And that's what she's saying here. And it's a pretty enlightened way to look at things, even if she doesn't really believe it.
But I want to
Who
say
knows?
that I am where I am because I'm supposed to be.
Yep.
Holy, yeah, this is heavy. This is a lot. Okay.
Hi, Amber. I've been watching you for years now, and I just wanted to say I really admire how unapologetically yourself you've been since day one. Despite all the negativity you get on a daily basis, it's
She's a
clear
phony.
you
What are
haven't
you
let it change
talking
who
about?
you are at all, which is honestly kind of iconic, I guess you could say.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever come across another YouTuber who's so relentlessly consistent in what they put out there. What advice would you give to someone who wants to stay that true to themselves, even when people keep trying to tear them down?
What a stupid question. You know, I can speak for myself, but I can speak for a lot of YouTubers that I watch. There's a lot of YouTubers that are relentlessly consistent. I don't think I've changed that much since I've been on YouTube. And I know many other, even reaction channels, that are remarkably consistent. AMBERLYNN doesn't corner the market on that at all.
Again, this is another example of like, I literally don't know how I do it, and genuinely, because the truth is like, I don't know what I would tell someone else, because if someone else was getting like the type of hate that I was getting, I wouldn't want them to like have to endure that, to have to experience that. But if it was just like the normal amount of hate, because yes, this is the internet and there is like a normal amount of hate, I would tell them just like, know your worth, know that you are worth whatever passions you have for
See, Amber, you're so stupid, because it's like, for me, I look at you and it's like there's two tunnels ahead of you. One tunnel leads to there's light at the end of this tunnel, and it's a pretty clear path. You know, there's a few obstacles you have to walk around. Here's another tunnel, and it's full of 1 million people with clubs and machetes and fucking hammers, and that's the tunnel you choose to walk down. Yeah, will you get to that light at the end of the tunnel? Maybe. But I think the other tunnel would be a lot easier to walk. Get the fuck off YouTube, Amber.
Like, if you enjoy it, like, you are worth it. Like, you deserve to be able to be on this platform. And just know, like, be yourself regardless of anything else, because you will find people who love you. You will find supporters. Just trust in the process and it will happen. I know it's easier said than done. For real, for real. Sometimes just like putting a wall up between you and like the negativity and like purposely finding like an outlet to the positivity, it can really make you just focus in on that. And that's kind of what I do. I do not read the comments under my YouTube videos. I can't do it. Sometimes I will read the ones from
Yeah,
the
apparently
members,
she
and
shut
I
off
have
her,
all
I heard that she shut down her community tab. I know, what do they call it? We're supposed to just call it posts now. Why did YouTube change that? Nobody asked for that, YouTube. We will forever refer to it as our community tabs. Just telling you.
comments turned off on my Instagram, on my TikTok. The only comments that I actually read is for the community tab during this video. And then I allow myself to read my private messages in my Instagram because that is where all the support is. Because I'm trying to block off the hate, or I'm trying to go tunnel vision into the positive so I can stay in that little Delulu area. All right, you guys, now we're gonna go on to tea or tail. So this is simply where I am taking some rumors that I hear floating around and I'm gonna tell you if that's tea or tail. So the first one is
she doesn't read any comments. She's protecting herself against all the negativity. She's only reading positive things, and yet she has a whole section in her video to address the things that are floating around. And by floating around, I think Amber means what she reads on Reddit and Kiwi Farms, which kind of negates the whole answer from before where she avoids all the negativity.
Destiny's mom hated AMBERLYNN. So the reason why I feel like this is like being talked about a lot lately is because the whole live stream between Beck and Destiny that they did. And I'm just gonna let you know now that I loved and adored Destiny's mom. When me and Destiny were actually in a relationship together and we lived with Destiny's mom, things did get rocky. Yes,
I'm sure.
I want to cast light on the love that we had for each other. When me and Destiny broke up and I was with Beck, me and Destiny's mom would message each other a lot. And she saw that I was unhappy and she saw how badly I needed someone without me even having to tell her. She would call me her adoptive daughter, and then that transpired to literally I was just her daughter.
Okay, I would believe that they loved each other. Absolutely. And then, the K-Cup incident where they had to... Guess what? Even people who like each other sometimes have really bad fights. Two things can exist at once. I'm sure Destiny's mother cared for her. It was her daughter's partner, for God's sakes. She tried to care for her and then got frustrated with her at the end. I get it. But I don't understand this line where Amber says, Destiny's mom and I kept in touch even after I was with Beck. And then she, in the next breath, says, Destiny's mom could see how frustrated I was. Like, is she referring to the Beck relationship? Because Destiny's mom probably wouldn't have been around for much longer than the very beginning. I can't imagine that 2 years into the Beck relationship, you were still talking to Destiny's mom. That doesn't make sense. So was Destiny mom aware of... Because you weren't upset when you were with Destiny. You were heartbroken. You were caught completely off guard by that breakup. So if you're saying Destiny's mom could see how things weren't working and you upset, then you're talking about the Beck relationship, and this doesn't make sense. Like I said, I don't believe that you were still talking to Destiny's mom 3 years into your relationship with Beck.
I have text messages of her begging me to come live with her and saying things like, come home, come to me, I want to be there for you. And these are messages that like I'm gonna hold on to forever because I loved her dearly. So we had rocky times when me...
So she was sending you those messages, come home and live with me, when you were with Beck in the first year or so? What was going on that was so bad then? You were in Blissville.
And Destiny were living with her, but after that, and after me and Destiny broke up, me and her mom got extremely close. So it's hard for me to like see all these negative things being said because that's not the truth. That's not the correct narrative. Like I remember after she passed away, Destiny...
It doesn't even make any sense if Destiny's mom was saying those things to her when AMBERLYNN was living with Destiny. Come home, I can see how upset... Why wouldn't she say that to her own daughter first? Like, it just... This story doesn't... Listen, I believe that Destiny's mom loved her. She probably doesn't now. They had fights. You can love somebody and fight with them. It's okay. That happens. But I don't believe all of this justification story.
She actually sent me a video of her mom filming, and in the video, it was like a private video that no one ever saw.
Again,
and in the private video, like her mom...
Narcissistic triangulation. It's not just me that thinks Destiny's mom loved me. I had somebody sent me a video of her saying it too. They always have to have somebody to back up their story.
Saying how much she loves me. And it's just like, it means the world to me because she was there for me when I felt like I had nobody. Just give me a second. Okay, on to the next one. It takes years to diagnose someone with BPD. So that's not true. It could take a couple weeks to a couple months. For me, it took 8 months.
I've heard various things about this. Again, as I've told you guys, I don't know anything about this stuff. I will not speak about therapy and BPD. I don't have a friggin' clue what goes on, but what I do have is a highly educated and experienced audience who are going to tell me about this. If you had BPD, how long did it take you to get diagnosed? I don't want to Google AI results. I'd love to hear your personal your personal things, stories about this, because that's how we get to the truth of things.
Where
right?
I had a weekly appointment with my psychologist. And the last one is AMBERLYNN loves to brag about being the side
Yeah.
chick. Literally, no. Just imagine knowing someone for almost a year and being in a relationship with them for more than half of that and finding out that everything is a lie. You would be.
You said you knew from the beginning that she was in a dead relationship. You chose to get involved with a married woman because you're an amoral whore. Oopsie.
Pissed too. The whole thing is messy and I hate every single last fraction of it and I wish it would all just disappear. All right, so next is
stop dating married people. Next.
Bad choices. It's where I pick 5 of these doodads in here, so let's pick 5 random ones. 1, 2, 3, 4.
If I recall from the raid stream, this is like 5 sexual questions. I don't care about this stuff. I don't want to sit and giggle at this like a prepubescent teenage boy. I don't want to be grossed out by it because Amber's fat and talks about sex, because that's pretty stupid and juvenile too. I have no interest in her sex life and what she does in bed and the noises she makes and what liquids come out of her, and I just don't care about any of it. I think it's all disgusting and crass, and at 35 years old, you shouldn't be sitting on a fucking camera answering questions about your intimacies. You just shouldn't.
5. Have you ever taken a call or texted during sex?
Don't care. Next. This is what we're going to do. I don't care.
Absolutely not. Online?
This question...
I've never even had a Tinder before. Have you ever used a vegetable as a sex toy?
Oh, I can't. Okay, this one says... I'm going to read these out because I just can't listen to them. If your partner wanted to have sex with you with full clown makeup on, would you be down? She said no. Amber, half the time you look like you've got full clown makeup on anyway with all your damn little glass chunks stuck on your face. The next question is, have you ever had sex with somebody you met on Tinder? She says no. The next is, have you ever used a vegetable as a sex toy? Would you sleep with a really sexy person even though they had a horrific BO?
Sure. Because, like, can't you just, like, wash up your armpits and then put on some deodorant beforehand? Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this Let's Talk, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Well, there you have it. AMBERLYNN's Let's Talk for another week. I wonder how many weeks do you think she's going to keep the schedule up? I can't see it happening for too much longer. Like I said, she's uploading 5 times a day. She's doing, like, one day's dedicated to questions. One day's a weigh-in. One day's the live stream. And then there's a vlog and an eat with me. Like, by putting her weigh-in and their eating and her questions about herself in separate videos, it's leaving her nothing to put in her weekly vlog because she doesn't do anything and she has no life. So I can't imagine this schedule holding up. She has got to be struggling to fill in minutes on all this content she's promised everybody. So I can't imagine it's going to last too much longer. Anyway, there you have it. Our Friday look, our redundancy report look at Amber's redundant behavior. We made it through another one. Thank you all for joining me and not Rio. I guess he was here at the beginning. He'll be here tomorrow on the live stream, and I hope you will be too. If you like the video, don't forget to click like, maybe grab a subscription and a channel membership, and I'll definitely see you at the live stream tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and until we meet again, you know the routine. Just be kind, and hasta luego.